What's something nobody warned you about adulthood?
Adulthood. Success will not be success if you find that your family cannot enjoy that success. As a follower of Jesus, suffering will come for every one of us. It may come as a result of the gospel, it may come as a result of something else. So if your God has not called you into full-time ministry and then you run into full-time ministry, you will struggle over there and you'll feel like you've lost it.
What I'm hearing from you is the need to have a community.
Yes.
The need to serve and the need to... Hi everyone, my name is Alice Kimani and welcome to today's conversation, which I genuinely think that almost every young adult needs right now. Because somewhere in between trying to build a life, heal, make money, figure out relationships, trust God, survive social media and pretend we are okay, right? A lot of us quietly feel lost. Are you out there and you feel lost? Hands up. Okay, so sometimes we're not rebellious, we're not lazy, not faithless, we're just tired, right? And confused and in transitions. And if we are honest, sometimes we wonder, am I behind? Did I miss God? Why does everyone seem to be going ahead except me? So today, I am joined by Pastor Kelvin Mugambi, who has worked with a lot of young people through real life questions, transitions, real disappointments, and real faith. And we want to tackle all of these things and get to the bottom of it. So, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
You can introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelvin Mugambi, as you've heard. I'm a pastor in Mavuno Church, Waiyaki. I am married. God has blessed us with biological and spiritual children. And I'm glad to be here. Hopefully we will have fun and also get to learn what God says about our journey in life.
How do you feel?
Oh, right now, I'm waiting for the questions to come.
Questions to come in?
Let me see what will happen.
Okay. Let me start by asking you, what's the most I am an adult now purchase you regret?
No, I don't have an adult now purchase that I regret. Though I have an adult now purchase, which is a coffee machine.
Oh,
so
okay.
I love coffee and I've loved coffee for years. And so when I was moving to my first house as an intern, the first thing I bought in that house was a coffee machine. Yes, I'm so excited.
Judging you, yeah.
As I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
I can take coffee, like the movies.
When people are moving into a new house, they get like a couch or a bed or something like that.
So the beauty was that that was just God's grace. When I said I'm moving, there are some friends who are like, I have a mattress here, I have a bed here. And so the first thing then I felt that this is me.
Was
as a person, was a coffee machine.
Wow. Hi, coffee lovers. Okay. And so what's the funniest quarter life crisis behavior?
Hey, quarter life crisis. I braided my hair. Quarter life is there 25 below 2025 there. I braided my hair. It was like just for like 3-4 days. And then braiding is painful. I don't even understand why people do it.
Talk about it, yeah. Do you have photos? We should
please ask me.
Tazieka hapo. Anyway, and what's the most unserious thing you've done while trying to find yourself?
Unserious thing. I've done many unserious things. There are people I dated, and sadly, I got to apologize to them now when sense came to me. But because it just did not make sense. So
people actually date others trying to find themselves, yeah?
Yes. This person seems to have organized their life. So you date them, hoping they will help you.
Kuna shida. Anyway, and lastly, what's something nobody warned you about adulthood?
Adulthood? Hey, that one is really big. So the thing that nobody warned me was that every decision I make as an adult affects other people. And sometimes not even just for today, it affects even like long term. For example, if I don't save, then I am limiting my children to a certain level of living. And that if I don't pray for our marriage, for God to intervene to not only just intervene, but for God to be part of our marriage, that will be something that will affect the peace in the home.
Wow.
Stuff like even how I treat my wife. Like in fact, somebody was telling us the other day how that your kids learn how to have relationships, both friendship, romantic, even corporate relationships, by how they see you treat your spouse. And so if you're violent, they learn that is how it happens. So you're like, wait, you guys, I need to align myself well, because it affects many other people, even generations after.
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. And so today we are talking about feeling lost in your 20s and in your 30s. And that was just a kidogo icebreaker.
Yes.
But now we want to get into the real thing. Why do you think most people feel lost within that age gap?
I think because there's the realization that the decisions I make right now will affect the future. And then before your 20s, it was somebody's responsibility. Now in your mid 20s and early 30s, you are the one to set the tone, and you're not used to that. So we approach this thing about fear. I don't want to make a mistake.
Oh yes.
Like, and so and you also realize that you don't know many things. Yeah, you don't want to end up poor, you don't want to end up destitute. You want to create a better future, especially there are those people now, they grew up not in struggling. Their family struggled, and so they're like, you guys have to make it. If I don't make it, nobody will make it. And so there's a lot of pressure. And many other things. There's goals. People have goals. Some are valid goals. Some are not realistic. Like millionaire by 24, get married by 25. Have all your kids by 30. It happens in the movies.
I feel attacked. Some of us are feeling very attacked.
Those things happen in the movies. Wanting to make your parents proud. Some of us already we want to reward parents. You saw your parents struggle, so you want to reward them. Or even like get them out of poverty.
And it feels like a responsibility.
Yes, it feels like a responsibility. And also it's those things even if you say it is not a responsibility, if your parents are not doing well, if you don't help them now, just wait for like 10 years. Now they really need your help, and you can't escape that. So there are those things. Also comparing ourselves to others. So there are people, God has blessed them. They have a nice uncle, or they came from connected families, or just grace just locates them, and they go abroad, they get sponsorships, they get internships in big 5 companies, blue chip companies, and they are paid a good amount of money. They already have bought their car, and you are like, you guys, God, where did my file get lost in the heaven registry or something? So you feel a lot of pressure around that. Those, I think, part of the reasons that we feel lost.
And do you think that it's valid? Are all these reasons valid? Is there a standard for life? Or is it just pressure that we put in our heads that makes us feel behind? Are they valid reasons, and how should we respond to them?
I feel they are valid reasons. They are valid reasons. It's valid for you to feel left behind. It is valid for you to feel some sort of way when you see somebody you went to school with. They've already gotten their job, and you're still photocopying things as an intern somewhere, and you're like, you guys, I want to start my own thing. But I feel this is one of the things that we need to understand, that my journey will always be different from someone else's. My journey will never be the same as someone else. God created every one of us uniquely, specially. So God created you as you, and God created me as me, and everyone else watching us. God created you specifically for a specific assignment. There's a journey you need to take, and there are things you need to overcome, and there are battles you need to personally fight. Now, everyone's journey is different, I think the place for you to understand is understanding that one, your journey is different, and then going back to God for what is my journey? What is my journey? There are people God has called into ministry, there are people God has not called into ministry. So if God has not called you into full-time ministry and then you run into full-time ministry, then that becomes a thing. Because you will struggle over there and you'll feel like you've lost it because the other people were making it there. Yeah.
That's really profound. So you're talking about understanding your journey. How do you actually get to that place of understanding your journey? What's my path in life? And how did you can even give us examples of how you got there yourself?
So I was privileged that I got saved in campus. And I was led to Christ by a missionary called Bill Dindy. Bill, if you're there, hey, you receive your flowers. Anyway, but he was a missionary from Life Ministry. Now, the beauty about being discipled by missionaries is there are people now who speaking into your life, who've been on the other side of life, and now they are speaking into your life. And I feel that thing helped me. So for anyone who is asking themselves, how do I understand my journey? I'd say the first thing, join a believing community. Join a a sober Bible believing community. Why? And serve God over there. What does being part of a community help you? I feel that thing, and serving, what does it help you with? One, it connects you with people who have the values that you want. And so you actually get to see these values in play. And so what does that do for you in finding yourself? You start understanding that there are things I should prioritize. Finding your moral compass. It helps you find your moral compass, because our moral compass is usually very very subjective. It is influenced by the company we keep. If we keep ungodly company, that is how our moral compass will be that. And you'll find ourselves in immorality. But if you find yourself in such a community, a godly community, it helps you grow. And you get to interact with people who are good, who are not good, who are struggling, who are doing really well, and it centers you. Now, also serving as well. Serving helps you understand what is your gift and what is not your gift. Serving helps you grow in community. Serving helps you even connect with people who can become mentors. Because now the thing with serving, you are under someone's authority, and so they direct you. But then also, it helps you grow in leadership. There's nothing as hard as serving with volunteers compared to serving with employees. Employees, you give the instruction, this is why they are paid, this is why they are here, they go. When people are volunteers, they really don't care about why you're here. Yes, and your interactions with them help you start finding yourself. This is not me, this is me. But then it's also a safe space where you're not easily taken away from the path you want to take. Yes, and then finally, mentors, being part of a discipleship place. Because disciples mentor you. They can ask you the things that you need to be asked, the things that you are afraid of being asked, the things that you have never thought of. Those are the hard questions that being in a discipleship community helps you. Because then you're able to ask yourself the questions in a way that you would not have had if you had no sounding board. You had no one to direct you even on how you should think. So that, I feel that's how you start the journey of finding yourself. Now, you don't find yourself in one day. I think also that's another thing.
Wow.
You don't find yourself today like, this is me. No, you don't find yourself that way. You find yourself over a journey of introspection, over a journey of spending time with God's word, over a journey of discipleship, over a journey of asking questions, asking God questions, God answering the questions, sometimes God not answering, and figuring out where do you stand in all that. And then you slowly start removing the chaff. Because I feel we get into our 20s with a lot of I'll call it chaff, opinions.
Oh yeah.
Is for the 20 years of your life, you've been told you'll be a good doctor, you'll be a good pilot, you'll be a good you'll be a good leader, you'll be all those things. So you get into your 20s and you're
excitement and expectations.
Excited, you have expectations, and then the rubber meets the road, and you're like, I don't understand what is happening here. And then, but if you one of the things I got, one of the pieces of advice that I got that has really stuck with me until now is that you give it time. Just give it time.
Yeah.
You invest on the right things. Investing meaning not just money, but invest in values, in education, in mentorship, in the right things, and the fruit, you'll get the fruit in due time. But give it time. Every tree has to grow until to the point it bears fruit. So give it time. Give it time.
Give it time. Wow, that's profound. I'm thinking there's so many thoughts running in my head right now. And questions maybe so now let me break them down. So I have some male friends who tell me they feel like it's easier for women to find mentors than men to find mentors. Maybe because women commit more to mentoring others, you know, like older women train younger women, than men commit to actually mentoring others. So maybe what do you think about that, and how should people go about finding mentors? You know, there are people who are probably not a part of a church that they will outrightly you know, serve and become part of a there are people who are even like, what is this discipleship thingy you're talking about? You know, like you keep saying discipleship, what does that look like you know, practically for someone out there, you know?
So it is true that our society, in terms of mentorship and empowerment, has leaned more towards the girl child, because initially the society was very patriarchal, and so the effort was put to empower the girl child. Now, effort was not put to continue empowering the male child. So the boy child has been stuck on the empowerment they had before independence, the level of empowerment they had before independence, like inheritance, all that. But the girl child has been continuously empowered. Laws, what to bring equity. The idea was to bring equity. But I feel now, as you're bringing equity, we also need to equip this man also even to be able even to connect even with an empowered woman. Because I don't feel an empowered woman is a wrong thing. It is actually a beautiful thing. I don't think God created women not to be empowered. But then now, there are some people over here who do not know how to relate with this empowered woman. So we need to lift them up as well. But anyway, how then do you get that? My thought is one. They're kind of, they're peer mentors. So look for friends. Now, in fact, one of the things you need to learn in your past your 20s now, it is on you. Nobody will take responsibility for you. Sadly, nobody will take responsibility for you. So now, they are peer mentors. Look for friends who have similar values as you, and create a vulnerable culture there, where we can have conversations about everything, and we can politely tell our friend that I think here you're taking the wrong tangent. That is one. The beauty about a church setup is that you have that. You have people your age mates, you have people above you. Now, if you do not have a discipleship culture in your church, in a church is where, just like Jesus, he got like 12 disciples and walked with them. So if your church is not grouped into such setups, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So what you do is choose people who you, in your church circle, that you have the values that you desire to have, and they're doing better than you by far. Slightly, probably even a bit older people. And choose to be in their lives. Choose to carry their handbag in church. Ask them for coffee and show up for that coffee and tell them, I don't know what to do with my life. Help me. Help me. Just be vulnerable enough. Babysit their kids if you have to. Like, because most of those people who are doing well, they don't have time. They're busy. Their life is ordered, so they have things they're doing. So you have to show up in their life, yeah? And so and learn from them, and be willing to learn. Be willing to learn.
Yeah.
I think, and also there are books. Look for books. When your pastor says he read this book, note that book down and read it, and go look for it and read it. People who are doing well, ask them, what books are you reading? What books are shaping you? And read those books. Don't go to every. I know right now everyone with a mic, everyone with a camera becomes a wise person. No.
Yeah.
Look for people with results. Look for people with results that I can see this person has done this without a scandal. They have achieved this nicely, so you can learn from them. And these are people who are available in your church setup. So go to your church and just talk to the leaders there. Even you can ask your pastor. Tell your pastor, hey, I'm in my 20s, I'm in my early 30s. I'm trying to make a map of my life and I don't know what to do. Who are the people you can introduce me to that can help me, can even be asking me hard questions? And those are easy people, because your pastor will connect you to people who they already trust and they know this is a safe person.
Okay, I love that so much, especially because in that, when you're in 20s and 30s, you've come and life is coming at you, and then you discover that uko peke yako, you know, and then there's a tendency to want to do life alone and to do it very independently. Maybe sometimes it's very unconscious because you're also like trying, you're trying different things and all of those things. So what I'm hearing from you is the need to have a community, the need to serve, and the need to follow. And I would want you to maybe talk a little bit more about following. A friend of mine was telling me, was it last week? She was telling me that one of the things that God is teaching her and showed me to learn was that our excellence in who we are becoming, our excellence in leadership comes from our ability to follow. And I found that so mind-blowing. And I was like, why did no one tell me this, you know, like when I was in Campo or something, you know? Because I'm finding it a very mind-blowing concept, but you see, it comes against the grain of do your thing, you know. I mean, like the world has presented that this do your own thing, you know, tagline and narrative as something to really embrace and something to be really proud of. So I really want you to just piggy on that and just tell us, why is it important to have people that we are looking up to, people that we are following, you know, people that we just hang on to and say, I'm not letting go, you know. We were having that conversation out of also the story of Ruth and Naomi. We're going through a study of that and just realizing that Ruth's whole destiny is pegged on telling a woman, I'm gonna follow you. You know, like where you go, I'll go. Your people will be my people. She comes from a place of nothing, literally nothing. There's, where she was coming from, they didn't even serve the same God and all of those things. And then she comes into a place of abundance. She comes into a place of destiny being fulfilled and even birthing kings, you know, from zero to, you know. So what's that concept practically right now? And would you also talk about the shaming that comes with actually following someone or serving someone? Because it's like,
can you I see that, especially the shame behind it. Let me tell you, originality is overrated. Originality is overrated. Now, if you are a scientist, you know very well that you will be considered a quack if your thesis does not have the learnings, is not developed from the work of other scientists, right? And what is that? It's following. That I take this school of thought and follow the people who've taught about this or who have experimented or have thesis about it, so that I develop my school of thought. Also, even these ideas that you have, who told you that you came up with them? these ideas that you've been taught by social media, you've been taught by life, you've been taught by your teachers. The reason there's a curriculum is because your teachers followed someone and put it together in your DNA. So what am I trying to point out? I'm trying to point out that originality is overrated. If you look at all the nations that have succeeded over the years, give China, give Korea, South Korea, you know, in the beginning, like there was this car called Daewoo. I think it was from South Korea. So let me tell you, they took a Toyota Starlet and rebadged it and improved on it until they had their own Daewoo. Even Hyundai, for the campus is Hyundai, but for the international community watching this is Hyundai. But even them, they when they started their motor vehicle companies, they actually took from other companies, rebadged them, and then slowly built their platform out of that.
Yeah.
So if companies are copying others until they get to that level of them and then now improve on them, it means that and succeeding, it just tells you that you need to be following others. And then also, we are not the carriers of all wisdom. And because of that, we need to build on the wisdom of others. And the way you get the wisdom of others is being in their presence. Nobody sits down and tells you, today I'm going to give you all that I know. No. You hang out with them and you learn a few things. Let me give you an example. Like for me, I learned cross-cultural ministry by following Bill. Bill took me to missions across Africa, and I learned how to interact with other cultures and help them. Now, when I joined Mavuno as a pastor, my first assignments were to other nations. If I had not learned from Bill how to do mission work across the continent, I would have really failed at it. Yeah. And then even in Mavuno, I've been mentored by many people who helped me think critically, think theologically. What is my stand theologically? I've learned to read books, even get a love for books from them. And what has that done to me? It has helped me lead at the level that I am leading now, because I have sat under the feet of others. So the thing is, you're not becoming a copycat. You're learning from others who've gone ahead of you. The concept of standing on shoulders, on shoulders of giants is a concept of following. It's because I do not have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
I can learn from what you've learned, and then now when now I'm at your level, I can now improve from what I have learned from you, then stand on your shoulder. And so, guys, originality is overrated. Learn from others. This thing, anyone who tells you that, hey, don't you have a mind? Why are you following others? Yes, you have a mind, and that is why you are learning from others. Because, in fact, there's a place, the Bible says, with many advisors, what is it? Something like plants succeed because of many advisors, something in Proverbs. Yes, you need people speaking into your life. You have not been this way before.
Yeah.
There are people who've been this way before and have succeeded or have failed. At the very least, don't make the mistakes they made.
Yeah.
And how will you not make the mistakes they made? It's by sitting under their feet, and them telling you, this is what you do. This is how you do it. And how do you sit under the feet of people? Let me tell you, you sit under their feet by serving them. Yes, because these people already, they're doing what they need to do in life. You mentoring you does not add or reduce from their life. It does not change the price of thought in their lives. So it is you serve, and it is in your service of them that you get to know them, interact with them, and even learn from them and pick from them. And also one of the things I've seen is that as I've followed people, what they have has come to me.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a spiritual thing. I need to look for scripture to back it up. But the grace that they have has come to me. See, like Elijah and Elisha. The grace that was in Elijah came to Elisha. And I have found that I was not a public speaker. I have stories of public speaking failures. But having worked under public speakers, I find myself speaking in public. I was not a Bible scholar, but having sat under Pastor Kiama, I've slowly just become a Bible scholar, just over time. And it's not saying that now I am eroded, the me is eroded. No. The me is enhanced, because before it was a formless void with just some ideas. Now my ideas have been able to be carved out and formed out, that they can stand strong because I've been able to stand on other people's shoulders.
Wow, that's very profound. Thank you. It's actually Proverbs. What's this Proverbs? 15:22 that talks about without counsel, plans go wrong, but in the multitude of counselors they're established.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's also okay to say that sometimes we feel lost because there are no people forming us.
Yes.
But then it's also to say for the person who feels like they have no people who have gone ahead of them. You know, like how that question is like people who feel like they don't know people who know people who know people.
Yeah.
There is hope for that person.
Yes, there's hope for
in mentorship and in also discipleship. So the other question I was thinking of is it possible to deeply love God but still feel lost?
Yes.
And what's the
how do you feel
what's
found?
the
How do
tying
you get
knot?
found?
What's the tying knot there? Yeah.
Again, remember the first time I told you everyone is on a journey, and as you go along your journey, there are things that you're going through that somebody else is not going through, because for some of us, we are the ones liberating our families. For some of us, we are the ones building on what our families have built. For some of us, we are the ones who have to demolish the evil foundations our families had. Now, all those people love God, but their journey is different. And there are mountains that you have to cross. And let me tell you, I'll not lie to you. In fact, the 2 Timothy 2:3. Let me start with 1. Paul is speaking to Timothy, and he's telling Timothy that, and you, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Christ Jesus. And the things you've heard me say in the presence of many witnesses, entrust them to reliable men who will in turn teach others. Also, now, as you can see, everyone is supposed also to be mentoring others. The things that you're learning, you don't stick with them alone, mentor others. And then verse 3, it says, then join me in suffering like a good soldier of Christ. So, guys, I want to tell you, suffering will come for every one of us. Yes, and that is what being a good soldier of Christ looks like. As a follower of Jesus, suffering will come for every one of us. It may come as a result of the gospel, it may come as a result of something else, but even Ecclesiastes tells us to eat and make merry because we are living in a painful world. So suffering will come. Let's start with that. So many of us have fallen to the ideology that if I do the right thing, my life will be smooth. If I do the right thing, my life will be smooth. And I feel that is the wrong thing. If you do the right thing, you will have fruit. You will have fruit. If you do the right thing, every right thing you do is a seed you are planting. And as a result, you will have fruit out of it. Now, the process of raising a tree or a fruit tree is you have to get the piece of land, yes, but then you have to clear the piece of land. That is work. You have to dig the land to make it soft, to make it fallow. Then you have to put fertilizer, then put the seeds. Yeah. And that is work. And then you have consistently take care of the seeds and the plants, and they grow. And you have to wait for that plant to grow for many years until the time it fruits. Yeah. That process can be a painful process, especially if you don't accept it. Especially the wait. Sometimes your day may not come. God may have ordained your day to come in 2 years' time. And if you do not surrender to God that journey, so surrender is one of the ways of coming out of handling the pain. Surrendering to God, even the pain, even the dreams that you have, that you still, even if He does not give you your dreams, that you're still okay, that you will be okay because you are under His care. Surrendering yourself, even your provision, to His care, knowing that the Lord will provide for me. He may not provide for me the amount I want. May provide for me a lesser amount, or even may provide for me more than I need. And even sometimes when that provision is nil, that He has still provided, and I will work with what He has given me. That is a hard one. That is a hard one to take. But sometimes we feel lost because we have a goal. And this goal, we are not achieving it. And so you are like, what do I do here? And I think sometimes is seeing the God of here as you wait to experience the same God there. And seeing the joy of that this God has taken care of me today. I may be disappointed, but my God is still with me. That I'm believing God for a miracle. But even today, though my miracle has not come, even today is a good day.
Yeah.
Because why? I am still with Him. And that is what matters. Because let me ask you, what if you'll never be rich until you die? What if you never be healthy until you die? What if you never get married until you die? What if you never have kids until you die? Will your life end because that has not happened? No. But there's a mentality you may have that will make that your life will never be any joyful, will not have any joy, any peace, anything good, because you've not gotten that thing that you want. Wow. And your life is more than that one thing that you want. And you need to sit down and say, my God, you're here. What do you want of me here? I desire, my pledge. Even Jesus Himself said, I would love for you to take away this cup. But even here, your will be done. So are you willing to say, God, I desire to be a billionaire. I desire to change the world. But I want your will to be done above everything else. So I'm surrendering my dreams to you. Let me tell you what happens when you surrender your dreams to God. God now takes over your dreams and makes them His. And He can change your dream to have more impact than you never thought. And it will have more impact than in the way, because most of us have a direction. This is what we want our impact to look like. But God may turn it around and you to have an impact in another place. And so are you willing to surrender that future to God? And tell God, God, I'm willing to trust in you.
Wow, you're Nikali. When you talked about are you willing to not get rich? I thought like we were all told by this age, you know. Sometimes I feel like the epitome of life is the money, the marriage, the kids. Wow. But I think what I'm hearing you say is like just get your focus off these things.
Yes.
And really what becomes the standard of our lives. You know. So now nimetoa the money, nimetoa the family, nimetoa my big vision, nimeondoa as the focus of my life. What then becomes the focus of my life? And are you telling us that life can still be fulfilling, even when the focus is not these things? Because I feel like it's such a societal thing. Since when we're in primary school, you grow up looking forward to that future.
Yes.
You know, you'll get to college, you get to university, you'll graduate, you have a job. It's very structured. You'll have a job, you'll have a family, you'll make big impact. For those people who feel like they have an obligation towards their family, feel like, you know, when I build that house for my mother, then I'll be fulfilled and then I will have lived, you know. And so most of the time when those things don't happen in the timelines that we want them to, then we feel so confused and we feel lost, you know. So now what's the opposite of that? What's the opposite of saying, wow, I might probably not be the one to build my mother a house, you know. So where do I now direct this focus.
Where do I direct this focus? Thank you for that. When I finished campus, I wanted to be a rich economist. And most of the people we went to school with were quickly taken by embassies, banks, like, so guys were mopped up, and I finished campus and God called me to ministry. And so when ministry was starting, there was no money. There's no money, and so I was very frustrated. Yeah. So
there's never money.
There's no money.
So funny.
Yeah. I was very frustrated because I felt, because I would see my friends on the streets, driving.
Yeah.
And me, I'm here. I see them in suits. And for me, I have a big backpack going for student ministry. And I'm like, oh God, will my day ever come? Now, but there's a few things that I learned, and I hopefully you will not have to learn them the hard way like me. Is that God is my biggest portion. God is my wealth. God is my peace. God is my joy. God is my fulfillment. That I need to seek Him. And seek Him is seek my time with Him. And that's where I get my fulfillment. My frustrations, I bring them to Him fully. And from that I take up His perspective. And what is His perspective? How do I find out His perspective? Spend time reading the Word of God. Make it a daily thing. In fact, a good rule we had is no meals before the main meal. The main meal being the Word of God. So no, if you're not going to have breakfast if you've not read the Word of God. So that it's a daily thing, a practice that you keep. So that every day you're able to pick up the perspective of God for your situation. Now, number 2, where do you take all the energy? All your energy is potential. It's potential. Potential in terms of values, potential in terms of money, wealth, potential in terms of impact, fulfillment. All of that is potential sitting there.
Yeah.
My challenge for you is invest it. Invest it in service. Invest it in growth. If you invest it in leadership, invest it in seeking God. It may seem like you're living. I'm telling you to leave everything for God. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying right focus your life, like bring God as a lens of your life. And so as you're putting your energies into service, I have seen people in Mavuno church who joined the church and started serving, and they learned camera work, videography, as I was serving too in the video team, and now they have built a career out of it. I have seen people who came and started writing, helping us write sermons and doing research for sermons, and soon they got really good jobs in international organizations as researchers. But this is just one way of thinking or looking at it. But as you serve God, what God starts showing you is, what are you passionate about? Those things start coming out. That's where and what are you passionate about? Where are you gifted? And now when you look at those things and what tags onto your heart, which is really your calling, the things that make you want to cry, the things that make you feel like I need to change society in this way. As you start experiencing those ones, you start finding out this is my sweet spot of my calling with talent and direction. And soon, let me tell you, no, that person is more formidable than any other person, because that person they are serving in their area of gifting. They are and they have the backing of God behind it. And not only that, nothing around them will collapse just because they are doing either business or ministry, whatever it is that they are doing, because they have grown the values that they need. So they have the right values to sustain a good marriage. They have the right direction on how parenting goes. they have the right direction on how to take care of parents, how to do ministry, how to pursue God. And now you find that person in the business space or in the whatever space, and that person is not easily bribed by society or by the pleasures of society. And so let me tell you, success will not be success if you find that your family cannot enjoy that success. If that success breaks your family, it will not be success.
Wow.
If that success does not, you cannot raise kids who can take over from you, or people who you are proud of, it will not be success. But now you're building all these things in this journey of being lost. You're building all these things. That when the opportunity that God has ordained for you comes, you will be better for it.
Yeah. Wow. Two main things stood out.
Yes.
You talked about how suffering is part of the journey, even as we are coming to a close of this. So how does one deal with disappointments? Because clearly they will come. But then you also talked about how you would see your friends driving and then you pop a backpack to Kagu, going to the ministry. How do you also deal with comparison? So how do you deal with disappointment? Because those moments will come. And even the pressure from family, gosh, we took you to school.
Get a good job.
Yes, what do you mean you're following, purpose, or you're finding it out, And sometimes you even receive calls of, we got you a job. And then you're just there, you're like, I don't think that one will toa me kabisa, from the path that God has for me. And so there's also that disappointment of having to disappoint them. And also the fear of what if what I've chosen does not work out, and then what? How do I even face them? So how do you deal with those three themes? And also now the comparison is a big one, because it always feels like you're starting small. You've already gone to school, you've already, used all those years and studies and all that, and then it feels like now you're having to start again, building again, and it feels like there's some people who start on a pedestal already and they're already flying out there. So those motions.
How do you do it? Number one, this is the beauty of a community of faith. Get friends around you who have the same faith to pray with you. So can pray with you even when you're applying for a job, to pray with you. When people also can keep you accountable. Sometimes, yes, we are following purpose, but because of everything else happening around us, we sabotage ourselves. So when you have people around you can keep you accountable, again, go to your pastor, ask him for a mentor, to connect you with a mentor, or even your small group of people. Give them what are they called? Meddling rights. So that they can tell you, hey, this thing you're doing is not right. This thing you're doing is right. There are two schools of thought here. School of thought number one is that when you don't have anything to do, or rather, if you don't have a job or anything to do, especially in the line you wanted, you can start with what you have. What is at your hands? What do you have in your hands? What do you have in your hands? Maybe a small thing here and there that can help you grow or even take care of your bills. Now, when it comes to parents and loved ones and well-wishing family members who expected you to be the one who will transform the community, and now you're not, or you do not seem to be headed in the way that will transform this community. Understand that they mean well. Understand that they mean well, and pray for them. And pray for them completely. Now, for your parents, if they are amenable to it, sit down with them and explain to them your journey and what you're feeling and what you're going through. Sometimes it's because they don't understand. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes it's because they don't understand and they become your biggest cheerleaders. Even prayer partners as they pray for you to get into it. Like for me, that is what happened. When I told my folks I want to do ministry, they were like, what? But then over time, As they saw, this guy is actually serious about it, they became actually my prayer partners. They're the ones who pray for me. They pray for our church even right now. So that soon God was able to move them to not be against me eventually, though. It did not start like that, but was not to be for me. That is number one. Then number two, and that was number one was do what you have with your hands. And then number two, talk to the ones that you need to talk to, the major people in your life, so that they understand your journey. Then number three, I said, actually probably that was number one, get a community around you. Get a community around you that can help you pray and also keep you accountable. Now, comparison. This is what I'll say. It is God is your provider. It is not that person. It is not that job. It is not that connection. Now, God will provide for you in due time. And even this that you have right now, that you feel is not enough, it has come from God. My encouragement for you is to start a gratitude journey for every day. What has God given me? That for me has really helped me through hard times.
Wow.
Hard times when I feel, when I've been sent for a church planting mission and I feel all my friends are progressing and getting promoted and I am still there. And it has helped me because I'm like, God has provided for me here. God has fought for me here. I am seeing the hand of God. Now, guys, again, it takes time. Your time will come. Time and chance happens to all men. Your time and chance will come. Ecclesiastes tells us that. And so your time and chance will come. So because yours someone else's chance has come early, you don't know whether they will stay with that wealth. I pray they will stay with it to the end of their time. But your turn will come. And when your turn comes, will you be ready? Will you be ready? I think that's the thing. Will you be ready for when your turn comes? I think this time, instead of comparing, you be ready. Sow the right seeds. Plant the right vineyards. So that when the harvest comes, when the rain comes and it becomes a harvest, you will be able to harvest. But when you leave this planting here because it seems not to be working, and then you run to the other one because other people are getting it, but since it's not yours, you don't get anything there, you run there, you will have nothing to harvest when your turn comes. When the rain comes on you, on your land, you have nothing, or you've been uprooting every plant because it's taking too long. And there are some trees that grow very fast, and some that grow very slow. Sadly for you, in this situation that you're trusting God for, is that you have the slow tree, the slow seeds. It's okay, it will grow. Give it time. Give it time. It is coming.
Give it time, it is coming. Wow, I feel like we have so much more to talk about.
Yes.
We haven't touched on even transitions, because we are constantly in transitions. And it's so easy to feel lost in that space of transition, you know. But I think we can have that conversation next time.
Yeah.
So I'd just love to hear what would be your probably the closing remarks to this conversation, even as we look forward to the other one.
Man, thank you for this. Thank you even for the questions. Thank you for hosting me here. If you're here and you're asking yourself questions about your future, you're in the right place, because it starts with questions. I want to encourage you. Be curious. Consistently curious. And you know what curious people do? Curious people seek information. So do not sit with your curiosity. Seek information. And know that even whatever it happens, it will take time. Your turn will come. Invest in the right things. And in due time, you will reap your harvests. Be curious. Invest in the right things. And in due time, you will reap your harvests. That is all from me.
Thank you. But I've learned so. I feel like I just need to just be quiet and listen in, because this has been very, very impactful. I hope it has been for you as well. So we will catch you on the next one, but please make sure to leave a comment. We want to hear what are you thinking? What are you catching? What is standing out for you? We hope that you are encouraged, and we hope that you get to the other side, you know, feeling much more better. And so, yeah, until the next episode, see you then. Bye.
Bye.